Alright, I know this sounds foolish with the cold weather we're having here in the South and in Alabama with the Arctic blast moving in, but trust me on this one with your car wash and detailing. If you want to do it right now while it's decent, the temperature hasn't fully bottomed out yet to where it's absolutely freezing. It's probably in the high 40s, if not 50, but dropping. And no wind right now, hardly any wind, let me say it like that. But hot water, I mix these two because it makes a very, very good wash and wax together, because this is a gloss enhancer and this has also got brighteners in it, but this is a better quality enhancer. It's got, hyper gloss in it. So if you mix these two together, the car will stay clean for about a month and a half, and this is a work area. But in your foam cannon, you want to fill up with hot water, and I trimmed a special long funnel for this, not special, but I had to make it to fit right in the tip about right here. You want to fill your hot water to about right here. It will help the wax dilute a whole lot better, and then when it cools out there on the car, it will wash off and rinse a lot better. I've already done a pre-wash earlier today, and I'm going to do a quick pre-rinse before putting the hyper stuff on and letting it sit and doing a quick touchless car wash, because once this dries in the next few hours before I get back on the road to go to get my daughter from work. All right, it has gotten dark outside, and that was just like 10 minutes since my last video ended because I didn't have enough memory and it cut off. Like I was saying, before I go get her from work, you see a difference already. My car was gray, and all I have used was the basic car wash that I mixed in the bottom tank right there. In the bottom, and it's gonna get loud here in a minute, but I'll show y'all the foam when I get done. But this hot foam right here, let me hold it upside down so that purple and yellow will mix. There it goes. See how it's turning kind of green now. But that hot will sit on here better. Now that the car is already clean, I don't have to, and the cleaning agent in the purple, a strip most of it, but this will be two or three sprays here that I'll have to do, but I'll show you the foam here in a minute when I get done. I got to get this, get into it real quick, and I've already treated the wheels with both of these, sitting and soaking for about 20 minutes. But this stuff right here by itself is strong. It just doesn't do a good stream. I need to mix it with this to make a better mix. But if you get the big bottle of the Meguiar's, has got ones about that big and around about this tall, and it lasts a lot longer, and it's got almost a foaming type agent that turns the dirt red, and then when it's cleaning, it's white, so you can take it off. But this is my rinse nozzle. I might not use that one right now because really the yellow one, the yellow nozzle that's on it works better. One of these is yellow. It's got a tighter pattern. It works better. This is just for pure soap out of your bottom tank. But I'm gonna get the car treated and get every bit of this foam out of this bottle and do 2 or 3 foams and rinses, letting it sit probably 5 minutes each time. But then when it dries, before I go get her from work, it will literally just blow water right off the surface. You'll see water drop. It almost acts like Rain-X too. When it does rain, after it sits and cures, it will, like, you can drive without windshield wipers. And when you do use windshield wipers, it helps a lot better. Oh, and here's another tip. When you're washing your windshield, lift your wipers up and wipe your blade like that with a rag. You can't see my fingers, but get the rag and run it along the blade. See how clean mine are already? But I hadn't done it yet, but I do that each time to my windshield wiper blades, and that will preserve your wipers and add a little lubricant to them as you wash them, to keep them pliable and where they'll bend and wash real good. I gotta hurry. You can see some moisture already streaking through, but yeah, that first basic wash I did has already got the windshield nice and good. But I got to get into this because I can feel it's getting colder and moisture starting to fall. All right, first thing, cranking a pressure washer, always have your water running first. Go ahead and set the choke. Turn on the on switch. I'm not going to show anybody where it is because it's actually a security measure. There's also a fuel cutoff. Turn on the fuel cutoff. All right. Squeeze the trigger a couple times, mate. All right. Water is spraying through. You're supposed to do that before you do it to make sure you've got water going through your pump. And another thing, that hot foam is going to get cooled a little bit by the water, but the water coming out of the tap may be cold, but it does warm naturally going through a hot motor when your motor starts getting warm and up to temps. So let's get this cranked, and then I will come back and show y'all when the foam is on. All right, start. Put it about halfway on your throttle. Give it a couple short pulls to get your gasoline primed into your carb, and then yank it. All right, see y'all in a little while. Well, I must have done too good washing it earlier because the foam was sticking, but a good sign of a base soap to use is when your foam sticks for a few minutes, and then when your bottle starts to be empty, it just starts falling off. So here in about another minute or two, I'll really wash it and knock all this off. But you can see the soap's not pure white. It gets a grayish color, and that's where it's lifted the dirt. Even look toward the bottom there. Y'all can't see it real good with the bright light shining on it, but I just topped off the fuel tank. It was getting low. But look at the wheels. That's just from me blasting it with soap and it just falling off, rinsing. But when I hit it with the high pressure, it'll shine. See, it's just dripping. Once I get it rinsed, y'all can watch water just fall off of it. It'll dry even when it's pretty cool. If I get these other revenue streams built up on videos, I want to start working on my baby again. My 2001 Z06. It's not going to be badged. It's going to be debadged. I'm going to let it be a little subdued. People are going to be able to tell some work was done to it. I can tell you that just by sounding, just looking at it. Look at that high-rise hood, that ZR1 hood. That's a C7 ZR1 style hood. But let me get this rinsed off because it's starting to almost dry. Alright, I just finished the last rinse with the turbo nozzle, because it does, like, I don't know, monsoon, hurricane, low grade force sprays. But it's a real powerful mist. But look at the car, already nearly dry. When you do it right, look at it, it's just except around the edges. But I mean, look, it looks dry. I literally just finished turning everything down. Let your pressure washer idle down for a minute or two. Leave the water running. The windows are still wet, but man, look at the paint. And the wheels. They were nearly black. This back end was like, I'm trying to think what, almost like a cement brick dark gray, while the rest of the car was like a slate gray. It hadn't been washed in nearly 2 months just from all the regular day driving and running back and forth, getting kids to school and work. But now that it's idled now about a minute and idled down, you want to hit your off switch and you want to throw your security fuel cut off. So if anybody does crank it, it'll run out of gas if they steal it and they won't know what's wrong with it. Let that water run a minute and pressure down while we go turn the water spigot off over there under the bush. But I'll come back here in just a little while, and when it does dry, man, look at that. I wish y'all could see the rainbow sparkle almost, and the reflection even of my Christmas lights that are maybe 30 or 40 feet even, because my porch is 25, and yeah, that's longer away. I wish y'all could. Can y'all see a hint of the reflection? Look at that. I turned down the spot. Look at the depth that shine does in the dark. All I've got on is the flash. I turned off the 50 LED light. Look at that. Can you see my peppermints and Christmas trees and porch flashing in that paint? Look how far away that is. Just by scale, my porch is 23 foot across, and that's nearly 2 times the distance, and you can see all of that reflecting in the paint from, I'm 15 feet away from the car now, and you can still see the depth of that in the paint. These products, and I won't keep bragging on them, these products are worth the money. I don't care if you've got a classic, good looking Toyota Supra, Nissan GTR, a Corvette with good paint on it, Lamborghini, whatever high-end car you're talking about. I'm gonna throw in my self-advertisement for Chemical Guys car washes. I have not found anything better than Chemical Guys just for car washes. Look at it, even picking up how deep it's picking up my flash in there. That's beautiful. But don't be afraid to wash your car in cooler, wet weather. The more you take care of your paint, the longer it's going to last. This stuff will repel dirt and rain for up to about a month and a half, 2 months after a wash, because I tested it for that long myself. And about 2 months ago, I didn't use this. I guess I'm 2 months past a wash. I guess I haven't washed my car in nearly 3.5 months, and it's this clean right now. And it didn't take a total of 2 hours this time. It took about 50 minutes before I took my daughter to work while she sat in the car, and I got the heavy cut off and the wheels spray blasted. And then this time around, I don't, let's see, I guess it's taken about 50 minutes to do everything I've done. So 100 minutes total. That's, and the paint itself's already looking dry. I don't know how well y'all can see the shine pop, but man, it just looks like purple and green and really nice reflective colors off of a high-end paint job, just jumping off of it. And most of that is in those wax and enhancers. Oh, they're in the house. Forgot I didn't bring them out here. But that's how good a hot foam car wash should do in this cold. And if you could, it's steaming off the ground still, because the water is warmer than, of course, it's science, the water's warmer than ground temperature. And it's actually a steam car wash is coming through a hot motor on a pressure washer. So take my tips, don't take my tips. They look good. I showed you proof right there, almost live. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, God bless y'all, and I hope my videos help.